Hello, everybody. Happy Sunday evening to you. It's region weather meteorologist Matt Wentz. What a weekend we had. My goodness. Temperatures today, we hit 79 in Valparaiso, in O'Hare over in Chicago. They hit 80 degrees. Oh, it just felt like summer, that summertime vibe. Did any of you grill out tonight? What's the vibe here in terms of how your weekend went? Because it was just an outdoor day for us as well. It was just great, great, great. We've got some more warm air to come, not quite as warm as what we had today. We do have some changes coming our way, but it's just an incredible warm air mass across the eastern half of the country right now. It's been baking down in Texas and Mexico, and it's finally up here. Not going to be quite as lucky in terms of warm temperatures as we go throughout the extended. So, in the broadcast tonight, I want to highlight our severe weather potential that we have coming our way this week. Um, I'm usually not impressed with severe weather chances, but this one's a little bit different. Pretty decent chance of some storms around here. So we'll highlight when, and then I want to go long term as well. We can actually take you through the rest of April and talk about what the weather pattern's looking like from there. Okay. So there's that. Want to thank Mary. She's our first one on board. Hi, Mary. Thanks for joining us. Don Z, thanks for joining us on our YouTube channel as always, buddy. Savannah, hello to you. Jeff says, what a beautiful weekend as well. Jeff, I totally agree. Linda, good evening to you. Susan's on our YouTube channel. Thank you, Susan. Wendy, happy Sunday to you. So Susan asks, this is another Susan. Susan says that we're on a little late tonight. Yes, we are. Is it my bedtime? It's not, because I'm off tomorrow. I got advice when I first started the morning show. I said, well, what days do you guys take off typically? Because, we're off during the day. When everyone is working, we're off, but we're up during the night, right? So you have to nap at some point. But they said Mondays are the best day to take off because it kind of prolongs your weekend. Whereas Friday, we're done early in the morning, so we kind of have a Friday off anyway. It's real weird. It's such a different schedule. But anyway, so I'm off tomorrow, just a random day off. So that's why we're coming on kind of the old hour here, right? Getting back to the old times. Justin, hello to you. Jill, I hope you're doing well as well. Ethan's with us. Remember me from March. Ethan, of course, I remember you, buddy. Wendy went to the beach today. Wendy, that's awesome. The water's still cold, but good job getting out there. Susan, beautiful weekend, she says. Lori was, oh wow, Lori's daughter grilled ribs and chops. How about that? Mark, what's up? How are you doing? All right, thank you guys for joining me here tonight. I feel like, I don't know if there's a light or something. It's like one of those filters that are on where your eyes are glowing. My eyes aren't that color. I don't know what's happening. I don't have a filter on. It's just the lighting. I don't want to make myself look like a cat or anything like that during the forecast. I just want you to know that. Not trying to impress anybody here. Okay, real quick, guys, I want to thank our sponsors. Just to make a long story short, guys, if you could support our sponsors, they're fantastic. I would not stand behind a business that I don't know about, and I don't know the kind of reviews that they're getting and how you guys interact with them. And every single one of the businesses you see up above me, they're all local, family-owned businesses in Northwest Indiana. That's crazy, right? Nothing national, nothing that's out of town, that they have a little shop in town. They're all great. So just trust me when I say that. If you guys need a new Jeep, right, or if you don't, if you need a new car, if you need anything car related, all right, Grieger's is the place to go. Grieger's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Valparaiso. They've been serving families for decades across the region. They're just great. If you need anything, Grieger's place to go. There in Valparaiso. Tiger Plumbing, guys, you know how great they are because you guys tell me how great they are all the time, and I know how great they are because I've been dealing and been in business with them way back before. Gosh, Jeff, the owner, he watched me when I was on Lakeshore Public Television in Maryville back in the day, and I remember interacting with Jeff, which is crazy. He's been so supportive, and so we just support them right back. TigerPlumbing.net. They have specials right now where they're coming out for free, which is great. They'll install, they do Delta faucets. They do all sorts of great work there at Tiger Plumbing. And one of the new things that you're probably getting used to as you're getting outside is your outdoor spigots. If they're dripping at all, or you have any problems with your hoses, all that stuff, make sure you give Tiger Plumbing a call. Again, they come out for free, which is awesome. TigerPlumbing.net. Ewing Mechanical Services. What is that, you ask? HVAC, guys, it's almost air conditioning season. Today was pretty close to it. And they have now a special where you get 60 months interest free on new systems. So if you're looking for an AC and you want to get same as cash for 60 months, that's the way to go. They have a special doing that right now. Also, if you have an existing air conditioner, you don't need a new system or anything like that. They'll do a spring tune-up for $69. That's a pretty good deal. So Ewing MECH is the place to go. .com, ewingmech.com. PSA, that's our public service adjusters in Northwest Indiana. We just love them. Guys, if you have basement flooding from all the rain we had, or you have any flooding problems whatsoever, or storm damage in the months to come, instead of going to your insurance company first, go to PSA. It's publicserviceadjusting.com. They are licensed, insured, local folks who have families here in Northwest Indiana. And what they do is they'll come out and take pictures, and they'll do everything they need, and they'll submit everything to your insurance company, and they will do everything for you. You don't have to do anything around that claim, and they'll get your results fast, and they'll get you more money than you'd get if you went through your insurance company. It's a little known secret. It's publicserviceadjusting.com. And finally, our new sponsor, Minogue.life, is the place to go. Michael has been navigating the world of just so many things like healthcare, Medicare, Supplement Advantage, life insurance, stuff that just confuses the heck out of me, and probably you too. If you're getting up there in years, and even if you're not, I mean, life insurance is an important thing. But if you're getting up there in years, and it's a crazy world where everyone's trying to get your money for stuff like that, and you don't even need half that stuff. If you need someone to navigate that world for you, which I think most of us do, Michael's been doing it for years. He knows his stuff. Trust me. Minogue.life is the website. You can get a free consultation with him. He'd be happy to sit down and go through things with you. Okay. So that's a messy world of things, but there are experts who make it nice. All right. And he's one of those. Weather can be kind of messy, and I'm here to make it straight for you. Okay. So that's kind of where we're going to start here. Showers and thunderstorms out towards Ohio and Pennsylvania. Those have been severe. They've had flooding north of Pittsburgh. It's been a rainy go for that area of the country. That same front is back towards us right now, but it's passing dry. All right. There was a chance that we'd pop a storm or two, but it didn't happen. We weren't calling for it, but there was still a shot at it. But that frontal boundary is going by right now. Kind of the bigger picture across the country right now, you can see the swirl out west. There is some rain kind of swirling its way. Weird setup there. This is a big low pressure system, and what it's doing when you have a low out here, going counterclockwise, you get this warm air that comes out of the Gulf of Mexico. That's why we're so warm, because there's a big trough out west, but this trough eventually comes east, and that's what kickstarts our severe weather later this week. So let's take you through it. Tomorrow's going to be a beautiful day. This frontal boundary went through. It's going to be cooler tomorrow, a little less humid as well. We didn't have a lot of humidity today, but we had some humidity. We're not going to hit 79 degrees again. We're going to be probably in the low 70s, very comfortable tomorrow. Wind out of the north. I think lots of sunshine around here. It should be just a fantastic way to start the week. So that's tomorrow, and you can see there's some action off towards the north. We're not going to worry about much of that. Okay, here we go. Tomorrow night into Tuesday, that low pressure that's out west starts to come out in the plain states, all right? And what that is going to do, that's going to ignite a pretty strong warm front. That same frontal boundary that's going through right now is going to settle down to the south. It'll stall down towards Tennessee, and then it'll come back at us as a warm front as we get into your Tuesday. So here's your Tuesday. Notice how that frontal boundary, as you get this push of energy in from the west, it starts to trigger some showers and thunderstorms down to our south. Nothing we need to worry about. Again, dry through Monday. This is now Tuesday morning. Notice how this low is starting to make its headway out towards the east a little bit. That frontal boundary still here. That may trigger an isolated shower or thunderstorm earlier in the day Tuesday. Otherwise, it looks like we're going to have a pretty decent area of showers and thunderstorms to our west Tuesday afternoon. All right, so I would introduce, starting in early afternoon, I'd introduce a stray shower or downpour or two. But the best chance is going to be Tuesday evening into Tuesday night, heading into Wednesday morning. And that's when we get the actual cold front with this. There will be severe weather with this. There'll probably be some tornadoes with this as well out in Iowa and areas of Missouri. And the reason why is there's lots of wind shear with this system coming in. And temperatures are going to be warm enough as well, but this should be a pretty decent severe weather outbreak for areas of the plains. And that's what we're going to track in here Tuesday night and Wednesday. So to kind of show you where we're going here, here's the Storm Prediction Center's threat for severe storms tonight. We're not worried about it. This is tomorrow into tomorrow afternoon. And notice how, we're starting to develop pretty decent severe threat in the plains. That will carry us through tomorrow night into Tuesday. And on Tuesday itself, notice how we now have some severe weather threat moving into our area. All right. And that would be later Tuesday. It's not a slam dunk threat here locally, but what we'll be dealing with is storms that are moving in from the west that are already severe. Okay. So it's something we'll be tracking on radar. It's not going to be something that develops right over us. Okay. So that's that. So again, Tuesday, late Tuesday into Wednesday morning, really is what I'm targeting right now for time frame. So we're going to pick it up right there. We're going to go long range. We'll go all the way through the end of next weekend. All right. And show you kind of the pattern here. We'll show you where the consensus is and where the differences are. But here you go. This is the Euro run. And notice it's got that pretty good cluster of storms that we saw on the HRRR, the high res. It's got that same complex of storms rolling through the area sometime Tuesday night. All right. So here's a couple things that that would favor severe weather for us locally. We're going to have enough instability around. It's going to be warm. We're going to have a nice southerly flow. Our dew points should be in the upper 50s and near 60. Okay. So that would help fuel anything and keep it going as it moves on in. The thing going against the severe weather chance for the region is the timing of it. This isn't a Tuesday afternoon threat. This is like a Tuesday evening into Wednesday morning. We typically don't have peak heating then, right? It'll still be pretty warm outside, but we're not going to have peak heating then. And this line will be having been going for quite a while from the west, right? So we may have outflow boundaries with it that are kind of helping to dissipate the action. So we'll see. I'm not too crazy about calling it right now just because of the timing of it. I want to see how things start to evolve Tuesday morning, and then we'll kind of see how it rolls on in the afternoon. But either way, I want us to put up our antennas for Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday evening, and then especially Tuesday night for a severe weather chance, okay? It's not a slam dunk, but it certainly is there. And then on Wednesday, the frontal boundary, we get kind of another chance of severe storms or strong storms. If that Tuesday night into Wednesday morning convection or storm activity heads on out, the frontal boundary should still be off towards our west for a few more hours. So we may spark a new line of some showers and thunderstorms on Wednesday, and those could be strong. And I think that's more so what the SBC will be looking at with their next update. But you can see here's that initial wave. This is Wednesday at like 3 a.m. And then this another wave develops over us. Okay, so that's the one we'll keep our eye on as well, because that will be tied to the actual front. My questions with that one on Wednesday is how much do we become unstable after that initial round goes through in the morning? So a lot of questions with this one. Again, not clear cut, not a slam dunk with this, but the severe potential is there starting Tuesday night and continuing through Wednesday. Once we get into Wednesday afternoon, we're fine. This area of low pressure will go through. This isn't nearly as strong as the weekend one we had with the wind. Remember the one that we ended last week with all the rain and wind? And this one's not that strong. There's been some really decent cold air signals with this, and some of the models were taking us down into the low 40s for highs later next week, and the trend just looked cold for like 5 days straight starting next weekend. The good news is the last couple runs of the Euro have started to kind of moderate a little bit. It keeps that cold air more so in Canada and more progressive across southern Canada rather than diving into the Great Lakes. So if you're sick of the cold and you don't want the cool air around here, I guess I shouldn't say cold because it doesn't really get cold anymore, but it can certainly get cool. If you're not a fan of that, the last couple model runs have been great. So it's not going to be quite as cool as it could be. All right. So here's what we're dealing with on Thursday. We're starting to clear things out. And then the second kind of reinforcing frontal boundary comes in. It brings some chillier air in for the weekend. It still looks cooler, but again, not low 40s cold. All right. And that would bring showers in here Thursday. I wouldn't be surprised if we had a rumble thunder with that, or maybe some small hail. We'll keep our eye on it. Not a big severe threat, but more of a cold air aloft kind of threat, right? And then on Friday, here you go. The cooler air is starting to get in here, and we're establishing meets that warm air down in the Ohio and Tennessee valleys. You can see, a line of storms. There could be some flooding with this down in Kentucky and areas of the Tennessee Valley. But for us, we're kind of right in between, where we should have some quiet weather and we're cooler. Should have quite a bit of sunshine with that as well. It really doesn't look bad for the weekend. And then heading on to next week, we start to warm up again, as we often do this time of year. All right. So that's what we're dealing with. And in terms of temperatures, just to kind of show you the trend here, we've got some real nice weather. Again, not as warm as today, but pretty nice over the next 3 days or so. This is the GFS, it does cool us down into the upper 40s and low 50s for the weekend. Should come with some sunshine, though. That's the good news. And then the GFS has a nice rebound with temperatures getting back into the 60s and eventually 70s. So I tend to agree with this more than the Euro. The Euro gets us a little bit colder this weekend, and they don't have quite a quick of as a bounce back in terms of temperatures with that. So that's where we're headed. So we do have a little stretch of some cooler air coming our way later this week. But overall, a very spring-like pattern. I don't see any snow or anything like that in the forecast, so that's good news. Okay. All right, let's answer your questions as we always do on these Sunday nights. That's my favorite part, is talking to you guys about whatever you want to know weather-wise to get you ready for your week. Okay. All right, let's see what we've got here. Let's see. River says, hey, buddy. Hey, River. Tom says, false early summer. Yeah, Tom, I don't know, Tom. We can still get some cool hits from here, but I really think we're out of it. I really think we're out of the, 3-4 day stretch of 40-degree temperatures around here. The pattern just it's more progressive, and we're still kind of getting out of an El Nino as we switch over to La Nina. So that tends to produce some ridging in the eastern U.S., which we've seen hold all winter. So I don't think this is a false early summer. I would say false early. I think false early spring is what we're looking for. And I don't think it's a false early spring. I think we're in spring now. In terms of false early summer, yeah, we're not ready for summer yet. Memorial Day, we can call that in. Let's see. Mark says, how much time will I have able to be on the bike this week? That's interesting, Mark. I mean, if you can withstand the cooler temperatures later this week, it does look good. Tuesday, Wednesday, though, you'd have to get it in early Tuesday if you want to enjoy the warm weather. Tomorrow's going to be a fantastic day. But Tuesday, the latter half of the day, we're going to be dealing with showers and storms around here. Wednesday too. So Tuesday and Wednesday are the not good days this week in terms of precip. All right. Let's see. Binoculars. Someone mentioned the where did I see that? Someone mentioned a comet. Yeah, and I've heard about that, but I don't know much about it tonight, to be honest. Debbie mentions it. Here we go, Debbie. If your skies are dark enough this evening, you might be able to catch a glimpse of Comet Pond Brooks directly to the left of planet Jupiter this evening. It'll look like a blurry spot without binoculars. Debbie, I believe that's the same one that we were able to see during the eclipse, correct? We had totality here, so we could see Jupiter and Venus. In the comet, you could kind of see it. You had to look with binoculars, of course, but I would imagine that's the same one. Thanks for that tip. I appreciate that. Again, astronomy is not my strong suit. I stick to meteorology, but I do appreciate that. Savannah asked a good question. Tuesday night, Wednesday, an all hazard event. Savannah, in my mind, it would be more so damaging winds and perhaps some hail. With that, what I think we'll be dealing with are not supercells at that time. I think we'll be dealing with some kind of line that's coming in. Could be in a decaying phase, could not be. But either way, that line, that linear look to the radar that I'm expecting would be more damaging winds. All right. Not to rule out tornadoes. I think that'll be more so out towards the west earlier in the day. Wednesday's going to be interesting as well. If we can destabilize on Wednesday, if the first round gets out of here and the cold front's not quite here yet, that would be the day where we may have a tornado threat with those thunderstorms if they materialize. And we have plenty of time to watch that as well. Laura, there are some signs that it's going to be a hot summer, and here's why. We're going to transition towards El Nino, but more so what we're transitioning between La Nina and El Nino. We have a decent drought that has developed over the last 6 months in areas of the plains. We kind of dabbled with it at times, but then we'd get rain that kind of got us out of that. And that's where we are right now. But if you go into Illinois and in Iowa, Wisconsin, areas down towards Missouri, there's still some dry soil out there. I mean, they're running anywhere from 2 to 6 inches below average. What we don't want is a drought to develop down to our west or down to our southwest. Because drought tends to feed more drought. You get higher temperatures because you have dry soil. When the soil's wet in the summertime, that moisture as it evaporates helps to actually cool the air. It makes it feel more humid, but it helps to cool the air. If you have dry soil, there's nothing evaporating, so that temperature just bakes. And sometimes those warmer temperatures will make the soil even drier. So it's kind of cyclical in terms of feeding itself. But either way, with that drought developing out towards our west, I would say we've got a pretty decent chance of a pretty hot summer around here. That's not all the factors. There's a lot of factors that go into it, but that's certainly one that I keep my eye on is where the drought is, because that's where you'll get that dome of heat. And if we're sitting, 100 miles off from that dome of heat, it doesn't take much to get it in here. So we'll see. Great question though. Yeah, Ruth. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So you did drive down to Indy. That's awesome. It was incredible. Yeah, the eclipse, we were so just buried in forecasting for the eclipse for weeks. I was so tired. I don't think I sent out a single email Tuesday or Wednesday. I just was done. It was amazing. And the part, and Ruth, I'm sure we share this experience. I didn't realize it was going to be so cool. There's such a difference between totality and 99 or 98%. It's just unbelievable. It was just incredible. It really was. I didn't think it was going to be that awesome to be in totality. And I said to my coworkers, I said it was like looking into the eyes of God. I mean, it was nuts. It was crazy. And I think as a scientist, I liked it a little bit more than most people did. But either way, it was so cool. So I hope you were able to enjoy it as much as well. Hi, Carl. Savannah, you're welcome. Hopefully that answers. That's okay, Ruth. No, I didn't say anything about it. So yeah, you asked that question. Good timing on that for sure. All right. Jill, that's a funny question. She said, did you get teary-eyed during totality? Jill, I started to, and we were doing a special on TV then, so we were all hooked up. I had my IFB in so I could hear programming, and we had cords running up and down. We were doing a live shot, obviously, and we weren't on during totality, but we knew we were going to be on. We were scheduled to be on like 2.5 minutes after. So we had to start getting ready during totality. And we all tried to not let it ruin the experience. Like we knew that we had to soak it in. But it was just a little bit tougher to soak in, totality with having to do that stuff. So we did enjoy it for sure. But anyway, to answer your question, I started to get teary-eyed, and then I remember I had to put something in my ear and get ready. So it kind of stopped. It was amazing though, just amazing. So I hope you guys enjoyed it too. All right. I guess that's it. I think question wise, we got them all answered. So I appreciate you guys joining me here on this Sunday evening. I know you're taking time out of your schedules. You're getting ready for your week. So hopefully that helps kind of get through what we're expecting this week weather-wise. In terms of what I'll be tracking this week, obviously is going to be the storms Tuesday, Wednesday. We'll keep you updated on that. And then it'll be more of a temperature story as we get into the weekend. Okay. All right. You guys have a wonderful Sunday evening and enjoy the start to your work week. Enjoy tomorrow, guys. It's going to be a really nice day, a little bit cooler, but it's going to be beautiful outside. So have a great week. Linda, you too. Thank you.